Sip Bridget, Sip Gaurish, Sip Raju, Sip Lakshmi, Sip Supreme Kaumudi, Sip Atmatray, Sip Dasi, and many of you who are still joining the call. Welcome to this evening's session of question and answers. I hope we have an interesting question and answer session. The subject somebody asked me today, an interesting subject. Somebody asked me, and it's on the screen. What is life's biggest duty? You know, we are struggling, aren't we? We are struggling. We are struggling with this question. What is our duty? Because there is guilt and there is shame. In fact, I recorded a status today for that, which will be up tomorrow. There is guilt and there is shame. We do not enjoy life's game. Not only do we destroy this moment of joy, but even the future we destroy. So with that quote, I start. But let me ask you, what is life's biggest duty? Who would like to go? है ड्यूटी है कि ड्यूटी नहीं है? अगर ड्यूटी है तो क्या है? अमिताश शुक्ला and then Sudeep Bhargava.
Master.
Yes, Amitash, bolo.
Master, the life's biggest duty is to get enlightenment. And as the Dada said, that we should always remember. Remembrance is like we should always do, and not remembering is something that we should avoid. And that is like one of the best ways.
So you are just giving a, what should I say, a theoretical duty of life, right? You're not. Is it what you're saying from your personal point of view, or from what you have learned point of view, or just because I am saying it, you're saying it? What, according to you, for you, is the biggest duty in your life for you?
Master, since last, I'm listening to you since about a year and a half. Earlier, it was just an exercise of, like, it's like going to spa. Attending a session was like going to a spa. It was relaxing. It was nice. But gradually, now it has become my life mission. And I can confidently tell, for the last 6 months, my life's mission, number one is enlightenment. And second is doing something good in my field of work. Okay. But first is definitely enlightenment, no doubt about it.
I'm very happy, and please understand that there can be no better answer than that. But before the end of the call, you please remind me. I will explain this to you. If you remember to put your hand up before the end of the call and tell me what you repeated now, I would like to talk to you one more time. Okay. So, Sudeep, thank you. Sudeep Bhargava.
Yeah, Shivam sir.
Shivam, Sudeep.
Sir, if there's the ultimate goal that we talk about, then like Amitash said, that has to be enlightenment or the God realization.
Sudeep, no, today we're not talking about goals, Sudeep. What is life's biggest duty?
Sorry. Yeah, the responsibility. If you're talking about the biggest responsibility, I'm sorry. So biggest responsibility is definitely the God realization. Although there are earthly responsibilities as well, but they should be taken care of only to the extent that they are necessary. We should not be overdoing it. That's what we normally get caught up with. So as long as you have done the bare minimum, I think the biggest responsibility would be the God realization, so that we don't come back to the world.
But is that a duty? I don't think it's a duty.
Which one? The God realization?
Yeah.
No, that I would take that as a duty, sir, because that is the main purpose of me being sent to the world, is to perform that duty.
Are you confusing goal and aspiration and duty? Are you confusing?
I'm just drawing my answer on the basis of a story. Long time back, you had told me about that Narad Muni and Vishnuji roaming around, and Vishnuji asking him to give him a glass of water. So he goes down to a village. The beautiful lady opens up the door, and then he falls into love and Maya and everything. So the purpose God sent me down was to come back to Him rather than getting caught up with this Maya. So that's why I'm calling it as a responsibility.
Let me pause you and also challenge Amitash a little bit. Just what do you define? What is the definition of the word duty? Google. What is the definition of the word duty?
Yes,
you know
Master.
what Google says? What does Google say when you ask for a definition of the word duty? What is duty?
Something which I'm bound to perform, something which I'm expected to perform. If not bound, at least that is something that I expected. Like I have a duty towards my parents, so they expect me to do something. Take care of them is one of my duty.
A moral or legal obligation or responsibility.
Right.
This is a definition in the internet. A task that one is required to perform as part of one's job. So you have a duty in your job, you have a duty in your family, you have a duty. And the subject of today's discussion is what is life's biggest duty?
Shyam Sarji.
So Sudeep, your answer is not completed, but think. Ashok is speaking, but please think, okay? I want you to think a little bit. Haan, bolo Ashok, now that you are so enthusiastic, we will take you. Bolo Ashok.
Service to humanity.
Why do you say that? Why? How does that become your duty?
That is why we are born, Sarji.
Arey, kisne bola Ashok?
SAP has given us life to do something. So service to humanity, I think it's my duty.
Is that life's biggest duty more important than taking care of your wife and children?
That is more important, Sarji.
More than your wife and children?
Yes, Sarji.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because they are in more need of that.
Okay, I mean, I find it very difficult to believe that you say that serving humanity is more important than the duty of taking care of your wife and children. I don't find it easy to believe. So what we do is, huh?
I may be wrong.
No, you're not wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I didn't say you're wrong. But I find it difficult to believe that you are saying this. Because I believe that you are such a duty-bound person that you would do anything for your family. To me, according to me, your biggest duty is taking care of your family. According to what I see. Yeah, I may be wrong. I'm sorry, but I may be wrong. So are you saying that your duty is the biggest duty is taking service to humanity, but you are not doing it? Are you saying like that?
Yes, sir. We are not giving more time on that.
Okay. So you're saying it is my duty, but I'm not doing it. So let me put it in perspective. Okay. Because if it was your biggest duty, Ashok, you should be doing it every day. For example, if it's my duty to take care of my father and my father has got COVID, then I have to call my father every day to say how he's feeling. Right
Yes,
or wrong?
Correct.
If I don't call my father, then I'm not performing my duty. If my father has got COVID and I'm not calling him to check out his health, then I'm not performing my duty. So let us ask some more people. Tushar, what do you think is life's biggest duty? Sudeep, I'm still coming back to you, Sudeep. Yes.
Shivam, sir. Sir,
Sure.
I think the biggest duty of an enlightened goal is to take out the people from the ignorance and letting them realize the truth. Helping them to realize the truth.
That is your life's duty? Is that your life's biggest duty? Are you
No,
telling
sir.
me that? What is your life? What is the life's biggest duty for you, Tushar?
For me, sir, it is that helping the people to realize the truth.
Is it? Is that your life's biggest duty? That you want to help people realize the truth?
Yes, sir. They are in the ignorance, no, sir. They are not.
So what are you doing every day on a daily basis? What are you doing to help people realize the truth?
No, sir. First, I am trying to explain my family members. First, I am trying to realize that the God is the energy which we can't.
Oh, you should say, then my biggest duty. The question today is, what is life's biggest duty? You should say, my biggest duty is to understand what is my duty about God. You're trying to understand. No, that is what right now, that is your biggest duty.
Yes, sir.
You're talking about future duty. You want to help other people and be enlightened. How will you are right. How can you help other people enlighten unless you are enlightened?
So my another duty should be to remain in the path of this, sir, because realizing the truth and following the path, sir, not leaving the path and enjoying the life. Enjoying the life means not like it will be like you lost the game again if you caught by the sansaram. If you again reborn, so you will be lost.
So I think we are all lost. We all don't know what is the life's biggest duty. So today let us try to discover. Let us ask Supreme Kaumudi. Supreme Kaumudi, what is life's biggest duty?
Biggest life duty is towards me, myself, like not me, the mind and the ego, but the energy that I am, and to reach its ultimate goal, that is to reach enlightenment. That is the biggest duty. माना
Duty.
खुद का कल्याण करो सबसे पहले. Don't worry about others and don't worry about what others think, and when they will attain enlightenment, they will all attain enlightenment when their time comes. First, तुम अपने आप का कल्याण करो, अपने पर काम करो, and then when you reach at that point, we will think about like how you are doing and helping others. You will help others.
I like the
think-
answer. Don't you like what she says? Apna kalyan karo. What a beautiful answer. And she says the word of the biggest duty of our life is khud ka kalyan karo. I think she probably, you had something to drink before you came on the call. You seem to have got a nice kick, and you're giving a beautiful answer. Sorry, I'm joking.
I had somras. I had somras.
कुछ तो पिया है. I don't know what you drank. Chai, coffee या क्या, लेकिन कुछ तो पिया है. Okay, I love your answer. I just love your answer. Okay, my biggest duty in my life is खुद का कल्याण करूं. अरे वाह, what a beautiful answer. Because I thought you would say my life biggest duty is to take care of my family and take care of children and take care of my money and take care of my business. And actually, all of you are hiding the truth, but all of you actually are doing different duties. You are not actually telling what is the real truth. I also want to ask Ru Mataji what her biggest duty, but after Sudeep Bhargava. First, we'll check Sudeep Bhargava.
Sir, I was about to say what Kaumudi ma'am has said. I was about to take an example of an airplane announcement that the air hostess make, that you wear your mask first before you help the others. So if we have to perform duties, we should be in a position to perform those duties. So my point here is, what the question that you asked was whether God realization or enlightenment is a duty. So my answer to that, what I could comprehend in these for few minutes, is duties are meant for the real world. They are not meant for the dreams. I don't have any duties in my dream. Now, even this, what is happening around me is actually a dream. So that means if I perceive something as my duty, after my death, I will realize that whatever I was thinking as my duty was again a dream. The reality is that all around me is consciousness, and that reality has to be realized.
If you speak philosophically, people here will forget what I'm saying. So you tell me, as of now, Sudeep, don't tell me what is, according to you, life's biggest duty. Come straight to the point. What is life? If you
For
say,
me, the biggest duty is to come out of this circle of life and death. Because
you said
whatever
it.
earthly
Now-
duties
now
are there
you're-
is
now
because
you're
of the
giving-
cycle only.
now you're giving a good answer. Now I appreciate. Now I pranam. So
No,
Sudeep says, my duty is to come out of the cycle of death and rebirth. That's my duty. Now I can talk. He's talking of a spiritual duty, and I appreciate. But I want each of you to come forward practically. Come on. Don't just be technical. Don't just say blah, 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 blah. No, we are here on this call. This is Ask AiR call. And every day, this call, we don't learn something, then I wasted your time, you wasted my time, we wasted everybody's time. In the call every day, my goal is, it's my duty. What is my biggest duty? My biggest duty is in this call, you should get value. Otherwise, you wasted your time and energy. Every day, my duty is to deliver you 30 minutes of value. Some spiritual value you should have got. If I cannot give you spiritual value in 30 minutes, I'm wasting your time. And I don't want to waste your time. So, good, Sudeep. Ru Mataji, आप बोलेंगे फिर तनु will come after Ru Mataji. क्या है आपका ड्यूटी वर्ल्ड? आपका सबसे बड़ा ड्यूटी क्या है?
Naam Guruji, my duty towards God is who has sent me to this world to unify with him and to save myself from rebirth.
आप तो वही सुदीप के पीछे अब जा रहे हैं. आप कुछ आई थॉट ओरिजिनल आंसर देंगे आप.
नहीं, यही है कि we have to realize we are the spirit, Ru am, and we have to unify with God.
Lovely answer. I appreciate the answer. Although it is similar to what Sudeep says, but to realize my biggest duty. Ru Mataji, many ladies tell me, I ask them what is my biggest duty, and they say my biggest duty now is to make paratha. I asked one lady, तुम कॉल में क्यों नहीं आती हो? She told, वही तो तुम्हारा तो कॉल इतना बकवास टाइम का कॉल है. 8 बजे मुझे घर में पराठा बनाना है, तो मुझे पराठा बनाना है और खाना गर्म करके खिलाना है, तो ये मेरा ड्यूटी है. तुम्हारा टाइम, दे टोल्ड मी, तुम्हारा टाइम ही तुम्हारा, तुम जूम कॉल चेंज कर दो, तुम्हारा टाइम ही बकवास है. Remember, Rumata ji, remember in the beginning we were going to change the timing because many ladies they objected. They said you are nonsense time. 8 बजे हमें पति देव, you know what they say, people say, हम अपने पति देव का पहला नमस्कार करके हम फिर पति देव को हम पराठा खिलाते हैं. Is that the biggest duty के पति देव को नमस्कार करके पति देव को पराठा खिलाना? Is that the biggest duty of life? What is the biggest duty of life?
गुरुजी हम नहीं रहेंगे ना,
हाँ?
गुरुजी हम नहीं रहेंगे तो भी हस्बैंड तो खाना खाएंगे ही. हम नहीं होंगे या होंगे तो हम खिला रहे हैं, नहीं होंगे तो फिर और कोई खिलाएगा.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही कहा, बिल्कुल
Bye,
सही
bye.
कहा आपने. Let me ask your daughter what she feels. Tanu, what is the biggest duty of your life, Tanu?
Shivohan Guruji, how is your health now?
अरे हेल्थ का स्टोरी पुराना हो गया यार. मैं अभी tomorrow I'm flying out of India. अभी आगे
नहीं,
बोलो आप.
नहीं
Okay,
चाहिए.
that is good. That is good.
हाँ?
My biggest duty is towards my parents who have given me this beautiful life through God. But they are only taking care of us. We are not doing that much. They do so much for us. And one duty is there to take care of my daughter whom I have given birth through God. And also, also I should not hurt anybody in my lifetime, hurt the feelings of anybody in my lifetime.
रूमाता जी आप एग्री करते हैं क्या? इनका ड्यूटी आप एग्री करते हैं क्या?
अब उसकी ड्यूटी वो समझ रही है, मैं क्या कह सकती हूँ. फर्स्ट ड्यूटी इज टुवर्ड्स गॉड. फर्स्ट ड्यूटी इज टुवर्ड्स गॉड हु हैज सेंट अस टू दिस वर्ल्ड.
तो आप उनको ट्रेनिंग नहीं देते क्या?
ट्रेनिंग तो आपको सुन रही है, रोज ट्रेनिंग आपसे ले रही है, फिर भी गलत आंसर दे रही है.
मतलब मेरा ट्रेनिंग बकवास बेकार है. मतलब मेरा ट्रेनिंग में कुछ वैल्यू ही नहीं है. मेरा ट्रेनिंग में
आपकी ट्रेनिंग बहुत अच्छी है, लेने वाला ना ले तो आप क्या करेंगे?
Okay, so now Tanu, you are giving a typical answer of what is my duty. My duty is, you are saying my duty is towards my parents who gave me life. पहले तो your parents did not give you life. Life your parents cannot give you. Your parents were only instruments that caused your life. They did not do. If the SIP was not present, you would not be born today. SIP के कारण ही आप जिंदा है. So I know you gave a very practical answer of duty, but I wanted answer like this only to get this discussion going. We human beings, my dear. Next आप बोलेंगे. And just please off the second mic in your room because there's conflict of 2 mics. Before you speak, Komal, off 1 mic. So the point is, my dear friends, we are so caught up in the samsar that we think our duty is the worldly duty. We are so caught up in this worldly duty that we don't realize that there is a divine duty, a duty which is far bigger than any duty in this world. And that duty is to understand what is my duty. Your biggest duty is to understand your duty. Your biggest duty, if you don't understand if you think your duty is to take care of your parents, to take care of your children, to take care of your husband, wife, take care of your family. No, this is mundane. This is not your biggest duty. This is your last duty. You must do it. I'm not saying it's not your duty. Nowhere I'm telling it's not your duty. But the question is, what is your biggest duty? The question is, what is your biggest duty? Your biggest duty is not your duty to your job. You're not your duty to your family. It's not your duty to your body. Your biggest duty is your duty towards your soul. Your biggest duty is to realize you are the divine soul. Your biggest duty is the soul duty. We are carried away by things which are not so important. It's like this. I'm asking you a question. Suppose Ashok Chotwani, some lady in your family, in your Ulasnagar is getting a heart attack, and you tell her, jaldi ambulance mein baitho, we are taking you to hospital. And that lady tells you, Ashok, just 2 minutes, I will put lipstick, then we will go. Huh? She got a heart attack. And when you're taking to hospital, she says, Ashok, please wait, I will put lipstick, then we will go to hospital. What will you tell Ashok? What will you tell her?
This is not necessary, sir.
Only that you,
Lipstick is not necessary. Yeah. Come fast.
I would tell her, by the time you put lipstick, you may be dead. Better come in the ambulance.
Yeah.
Don't waste
Yeah,
time
yeah.
putting, some girls, they're putting here, what they're putting here, lipstick and something here. You ask Bridget, she will tell you, because in that part of the world, they pay a lot of attention. No, you got a heart attack. You got a heart attack. It's no time for lipstick. Keep your lipstick aside. Jump in the ambulance. Come on, go fast. You go to hospital and we put you on a ventilator, give you an injection, save your life. What am I trying to tell you all, my dear friends? What is our duty? We have a duty. Our duty is to realize we are not this body, mind. We are not to perform the duty of this world. This world doesn't belong to us. Sudeep was trying to say something philosophical, but let me bring it in here. This world is mithya. You are trying, Tanu saying my duty to take care of family. Arey, family. You didn't come with any family. You didn't bring anybody with you. You will not take anybody with you. That doesn't mean you don't care for family. It is a duty, but it's not your biggest duty. Today's question is very profound. The question is, what is your biggest duty? So with that note, I want you all to, did I keep anybody pending on this point? We have 10, 12 minutes more to go on the call before other questions. But this is a very important question. See, nowadays, if you notice, we are starting with a question, which is a very important question on this group. Every day we are talking about one very important question. Yesterday it was happiness. Day before yesterday it was, I think, on what is the purpose of life. Purpose is different. Today is different. Today we are talking about what is the duty of life. What is the duty?
Guruji, Komal Didi wanted to say something.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Komal, your time. Where is Komal? Komal, aap hai? Shivoham.
My duty is spiritually, I'm in a position like Abhimanyu got caught in the Chakravyuh. I have to break this Chakravyuh and go forward for getting enlightenment.
So you know that you are caught in the Chakravyuh.
Yes, of course, I'm in the Chakravyuh only.
And what is the Chakravyuh?
The world, the family.
The whole samsar.
I have to break this and go forward.
Beautiful. I mean, nobody has given this analogy of Abhimanyu in the Chakravyuh. I salute you for the beautiful analogy.
Thanks to you, sir.
No, what analogy is yours?
आपके जो रोज बातें होती है तो उससे कुछ समझ आती है हमें.
Thank you. What you need to do, therefore, if you think this is your biggest duty, you know, what we do in our biggest duty is we make it a priority of our life. When we don't make it a priority of our life, when we don't, what's the point of saying it's the biggest duty? If it is really my biggest duty, then I should be doing it. I should be working towards it. And if I don't work towards it, then I will not be achieving that duty. So amazing point, Komal. Thank you. Let us see if anybody else wants to say something. We have got some type of questions or
Mohit Kumar wants.
Mohit Kumar. Yeah.
Life's duty is to do karma with the association of God.
Life's duty is to do karma with the association of God. What do you mean by association of God? I mean, it's not very clear.
He further writes,
yeah.
I think, sir, life should be free from likes and dislikes. We must understand what is needed to do, and so we should do.
Okay. Life should be free from likes and dislikes. Raga Dvesha, I think you're talking about. It's called Raga Dvesha. Life should be free from likes and dislikes. And we should do what we are supposed to do.
Well, we should do what we are supposed to do. What is needed?
What is needed to do. The question is what is needed to do. Mohit, you say we should do what is needed to do. But everybody says, for example, Tanu says, what is needed to do is to take care of my parents. And Tanu's mother says, what is needed to do is to be liberated from rebirth. So everybody has got a different perspective of what is needed to do. Now you say we should do good karma. But if you do good karma, I didn't understand the word association with God. Because if you do good karma as Mohit, if I, Mohit Kumar, I am doing good karma, like Ashok Nichani said in the call, I am taking care of the poor, then that good karma becomes good seeds, and you are planting good seeds, and you will have to get the fruits for that. And to get the fruit, you will come back to planet Earth. And if you come back to planet Earth, you have to have experience pleasure and pain, both. You'll be glad and sad. So the ultimate goal is not to come back. Therefore, doing karma with association of God, I would rather say doing karma as an instrument of God. If you do karma as an instrument, not as a Mohit Kumar, I am doing God's work. I do nothing. He does everything. I am just an instrument. If that can be done, then I agree with you that that becomes a very important duty of life. But if you have something more to add, please add. There is Shilpa. Yes, Shilpa and Amitash.
Yeah. Sorry. Uh, I want your validation on that. The biggest duty, would you say it could be self-realization? When I say self-realization, means understanding that what all incorrect things that we have been taught for the longest time, identifying them and then changing it to the right path. Could it is it our biggest duty?
Okay, let me answer your question.
Huh.
Let me answer your question in a manner as follows. So if you ask a university student, what is your biggest duty? He will tell you, my biggest duty is to get a good job. If you ask a school student, what is your biggest duty? The school student will say, my biggest duty is to get into university. And if you ask a kindergarten student, what is your biggest duty? The kindergarten student would say, my biggest duty is to get to high school. Correct. So when you are saying that my biggest duty is self-realization, what about the person who has not even started talash, not even started a quest? So the first duty for a person is to start a quest. The second, to try to overcome ignorance. The third duty is to realize the truth. The fourth duty is self-realization. Now, is that the ultimate duty, says Shilpa? No, because after self-realization, you must realize God is SIP. After realizing God is SIP, the next duty is liberation. Is that the ultimate? No. After liberation, the ultimate is unification and not returning to earth in a rebirth. These are levels of the ultimate duty depending on which point we are in. Are we in the kindergarten or are we in the university? So each one will answer their own question. Thank you. I saw some comments from Mohit before I go to Amitash. Amitash will take you next. I saw a comment.
I'm sorry, still I'm not convinced with that. Just because of good karma, we will have to come back. Please guide me.
Okay, Mohit is very clear. I'm happy. I'm always happy to take a question which is not agreeing to me. Then only there is some challenge to explain. Otherwise, it's boring. If everybody agrees to everything, then there is no sense in the call. So Mohit, let me explain to you. If you plant apple seeds, what will appear on the tree? Apples. If you plant mango seeds, will you get pineapples? You will not get pineapples. If you plant mango seeds, you will get mangoes. The law of karma says what you do will come back to you. You can't escape the law of karma. So what I want to explain to you, Mohit, is what is written in the Vedas in a part called the Katho Upanishad. If you are free, please look up the Katho Upanishad. It's a story of Nachiketa and the Lord Yama, the Lord of Death. And Nachiketa asks him, what is the secret of escaping this death, cycle of death and rebirth? And Lord Yama tries a lot to escape, and finally he gives him the secret. And the secret in one line is this, Mohit. It's only in one line. At death, you agree death happens, everybody will die. You deny death or you accept death will happen. At death, Lord Yama tells Nachiketa, one of two things happens. One, that if you perform karma, the body will die, but you, the me, M-E, mind and ego, will carry karma and will come back to earth in a rebirth. But if you realize you are not mind and ego, you are not the one who's directing the body to do karma, then there is no karma. You are liberated from karma and you are free from the cycle of death and rebirth. Now, this comes in the Kathopanishad from the Vedas. I believe if you're not convinced, you should read that passage or contact me on my number. I will explain to you more in detail. This is not my law. For example, if somebody is not convinced that the sun will rise first in Hong Kong and second in India, I can't help him, because this is how the law of cycle is. The law of cycle is the earth is rotating like this. If the earth is rotating like this, first Hong Kong will come, then India will come, then Paris will come, then New York will come. If tomorrow the earth started rotating ulta, first the sun will rise in America, then in Europe, then in India, then in Hong Kong. But that's not the way the SIP, the power, has created this law. The law of karma is such, Mohit, that if you do good karma, you have to come back and get rewards. That's why, just for you to be convinced, that's why somebody is born as the son of the Prince of Dubai, or the son of Prime Minister, or son of the in Buckingham Palace, and somebody is born in a slum. It is not because of luck. It is not because of chance. It is because of karma. Karma decides our birth. You were born as Mohit in India with the religion that you follow, not because of luck. It is your karma that has given you this birth. That is why I gave the answer. I hope it makes sense to you, but I'm happy to get your view on that. Thank you. Amitash.
Yes, Master. First, I would like to correct myself what I said earlier. Our biggest strength is remembrance, and our biggest weakness is forgetfulness. I said it to be duty. That is one thing I want to correct. And secondly, Master, you told me to raise hand, and you want to say something before that.
So I was trying. What did you say? The biggest duty you said, Amitash?
At the start, I said biggest duty is remembrance. Actually, what Dada said was biggest strength is remembrance.
That's okay, but you said that our biggest duty is enlightenment, right? You said that.
Yeah, that I said. That also I said. Yeah.
So I answered Shilpa. I don't know whether you paid attention to that answer.
Yes.
So what I want is remember. So I'm asking you a question, Amitash. If you achieve your duty of enlightenment, is it over?
If we achieve the goal, then it is over. Yes.
The duty. If you fulfill your duty, suppose you say my duty is enlightenment. Okay. So just like, for example, somebody's the security guard, his duty is to take 10 rounds in our shopping mall to check in the night. So when he finishes 10 rounds, duty is over or not over?
The duty is over. Yeah. So similarly,
because his duty was to do 10 rounds.
Yeah.
He finished 10 rounds. Does he have to do 11 rounds?
No, he does.
No,
he
doesn't. No, he doesn't have to do. His duty is very clear. You must do 10 rounds. He has done 10 rounds. So you told me your duty is enlightenment. So when you finish your biggest duty, enlightenment, is your duty over?
Yeah, then it is over. Because if I do what is required for enlightenment, then I'll get enlightenment. It's all over because no rebirth. So it's over.
But what if you get enlightenment and then you don't get liberation and unification with the divine? What if you're enlightened, but you live like an enlightened? Suppose you are enlightened and then you become carried away by Rolex watches and the Rolls Royce cars and wine and women and all those things, and you get carried away. Then even though you're enlightened, what is the use of your enlightenment?
But Master, once you told me that if you are enlightened, then you cannot like go back from that. So
you're catching me with my own answer. Huh? No, you are right. You're absolutely right. Once you're enlightened, Amitash, you cannot go back. I'm not saying you'll go back, but you may not go forward.
What is forward then enlightenment, Master?
Liberation. Liberation at death and unification with the divine. Liberation and unification is not in your hands. But at death, when you die, Amitash, you should be completely free from all desires. You should be free from the body, mind, and ego. When you reach that state of freedom, Amitash, then the enlightenment is practically executed through liberation.
So that test happens at our last breath. Is that what you're
Last
saying?
breath. So what you need to do, you need to practice what you learn in enlightenment. Enlightenment is what you have, and enlightenment is you get a spark. You achieved a big duty, but that's not enough. You need to put enlightenment into your deeds of daily living. You need to live enlightenment, not just be enlightened. I hope you're getting my point. I'm taking you one step forward beyond enlightenment. You should live the enlightenment, not
Yes, sir.
just have the enlightenment and be there. No, live it.
Okay, Master. Okay.
Sudeep, am I coming out clearly or not clear? Ruma Taji, समझ में आ रहा है?
That's a big message for me. Thank you.
Guruji,
Yeah.
हाँ.
Guruji, we have to be careful after being enlightened also, so that we may not fall again into the world.
So Amitash is listening to you. Amitash, you will not go backward, but you can slip, Amitash.
No,
I hope
yes.
you're hearing to Ruma Taji.
Yes, Master. Yes.
So
Yes.
an enlightened person has to be always alert. If the enlightened person, you're right, Amitash, you can't go backwards, but you can slip and fall.
Indeed, Master. Indeed. Very true.
Okay.
Very true.
That's why if you read any of the ancient stories, they will show you how these saints were sitting in tapasya and meditation, and naked apsaras were coming and dancing in front of them to distract them. Have you seen those stories in your
Yes,
mythological? So please pay attention to that. Thank you. I think Tushar is.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, my
1 minute. There's
small
a question. 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Tushar, 1 minute. Tushar, yes.
Niranjan asked how karmas are created and who is responsible for this.
Okay, Niranjan is asking, how is karma created and who is responsible for it? Niranjan, karma is created by the body. Karma is created by the body, but the body is not owning the karma. Niranjan is asking the question, who creates karma? The karma is created by me, M-E, the mind and ego that directs the body to act. Just like, for example, if my body takes a gun and shoots you, does the karma belong to the gun? The gun doesn't get any karma. The gun is just an instrument that the hand is holding and shooting. That does not mean that the karma belongs to the gun, because the gun is inanimate, first of all. So the body will die. The body will die and the karma will be finished. No, karma doesn't get finished. The karma belongs to the me, M-E, that lives in the body, the mind and ego. And when the body dies, the me, the mind and ego carries karma and is reborn. Our birth depends on our karma. Therefore, the karma is performed by the body, directed by mind and ego, who owns the karma. And the mind and ego carries the karma life after life. I hope my answer is making sense to you. Thank you. Tushar, before we close, I'll give a last question to Tushar.
Sir, once the person starts living as a Jivan Mukta, the karmic account will be closed, sir, or he should suffer the balance of the remaining account, sir?
You're asking very intelligent questions. Thank you. So, Tushar, it's like this. The moment the person is a Jivan Mukta, for all practical purposes, they are Mukta, means they are free from karma. It means they are free from doing karma. Means they are no more the doer of action. Now, if they are free from the doer of action, the question then remains, what about the prarabdha karma? What about the karma they brought into this world? Now, it is depending on the law of karma. Generally, even the person who is receiving the karma, he doesn't believe he feels his body is getting the karma, but I don't get the karma. He becomes free. It depends how much mukta, how much Jivan Mukta that person is. In reality, the Jivan Mukta is completely free. Tushar, one, he's free from all action because he says, I don't perform any action. And two, he's free from karma because karma is happening to the body, it's not happening to me. I am the divine soul. So if you realize I am the divine soul, then there is the karma unfolding to you. The karma is unfolding to your body. And your body and mind and ego may be facing the karma which is pending. But you are the soul. You do not experience any karma. With that note, we had a very interesting session, my dear friends, today. I am grateful to all of you for coming and giving me your beautiful, amazing questions to make each evening so meaningful. And I hope that we will continue to make each session of Ask AiR more and more meaningful. With that words, I bow down to you.